How does my hair look?
Amor, you look good.
Yeah?
Yeah, you did.
Oh, I'm fucking it up now. Alright. Trying to clean this shit up. You ready?
I'm ready.
So, welcome back to episode 5 already of the Wounded Viking podcast on a Sunday late night. It's about 10 p.m. 10 past 10 p.m. Anyway, we were talking about something right now in the couch, and we wanted to talk about this on the podcast. We were talking about Friesma and basically the shape that he's in all the time, right? Mm-hmm. So you see him, and we were talking about Friesma's standard of like fitness, because we noticed that he was training like crazy lately, and I basically dedicated 6 weeks or 7 weeks of like extreme dieting and like working out and doing cardio to get to a level, I would say, that's becoming closer to Friesma's level of fitness. And I still didn't look like him. Mm-hmm. I didn't look like him in the end, but I was closer to that. You know what I mean?
You were in that direction.
I was. Yeah. But he's bigger, and like overall, I'm not at that level. That's not what I'm saying. But I had to like really, and then I eat more again, and I do a little bit less work, and I eat more greasy again, and now I'm not there anymore. Like I'm looking good, but not like that. And this motherfucker stays like that all the time. You know what I mean? That's what I realized. Like talking to you, because I'm gaining again. I see myself, like you too, after the diet. Like you are at a point now where you are starting to, okay, now we gotta,
It's hard to keep the balance, especially when you go through other things like starting the job.
You just started your new job 7 days ago, so tomorrow will be the second Monday of your new career here.
Yeah, so.
But it's true, and now I think, but now we spoke about that, and also you want to try to get more focused on it again.
Yeah. No, for me it's super important, and I think we tend to say that we don't have time when you are working, that we don't have time to go to the gym. That's something we usually say. And it's true, eh? Like, when you live close to the gym, to the work, it's fine. But if you live far away, it's hard, and there is not much time left.
You got to commute every day, like 2 hours and a half.
I do. So, basically, for now, I think the best that I can do for my body is to eat healthy. Because for that, I have time, and you cook delicious, the things that you do. So it's like, I'll better just eat healthy, because in the end also it gives you energy. Healthy food is like energy to your body, but clean energy,
You said something earlier, and you said like you were talking about the new job and building a new life here, and then you said, but the one thing that I will always have that no one can take away from me is like my body, how I look.
Exactly. Because I feel like I've built this somehow. I've looked for this. I wanted this. I feel I call you somehow, I feel it. And I ask for all this, but for everything, like, one thing you have taught me, and also during Corona time, is that the only thing that you can keep and the only thing that you can take care of is your body. It's like your body and your mind. It's so typical, right? Everybody says it, but it's true. It's like, if your mind keeps growing and your body looks good, you feel really good. You feel like I haven't felt like this before in my life. I could clearly say it. And just being healthy, feeling good, and moving your inner energy, because that's what happens when you start walking and when you start running and when you start doing exercises. So when you move your energy, it's like a refreshing thing, you know? It's like you get clean, clear energy.
It's like a shower for the soul.
Exactly. That's what it is. That's exactly what it is. And that's why I like showering too also. Like, you know, like when I put it there on the top and I'm like...
I know. No, it's true, and it's something that I've definitely learned. Like, no matter what someone can obtain in life in terms of material wealth or status, it's just like the way you treat your body, like the space shuttle to your spirit, like your little flesh wagon that you got to take care of. It's so vital, and I had to get sick and basically see that my physical powers were very limited in the end to make the best of what I had left. And by focusing on that, I still ended up doing more than I would have had if I stayed healthy.
Exactly.
Because I talked about that before. I had a knack in my line of energy that I never fully recovered from, after the chemo and the cancer and stuff like that. So it's important. It really is. And shout out to Friesma, man, for always being in such a good shape. Like every fucking time I open my Instagram, he's sprinting, running, doing crazy fucking exercise. I'm like, fuck, I'm rolling out of bed.
I know.
He's going hard.
He's going hard, super hard. But like really, from what I tried before to lose weight and stuff, he is by far what has worked for me.
Yes.
Like he's the only person who has really worked for me.
Yes. Next topic: the advantages of a intercultural relationship. So, what are the advantages of dating someone who is completely the opposite in some ways, and like is like exotic? Like I'm exotic to you.
You are.
I'm like a little polar bear.
Yeah. No, like a tall, like
giraffe.
No, giraffe. Like no, like a giant. Yeah, like a giant.
A giant is not an animal. What do you mean?
Oh.
All right, you go first. The advantages of dating a gringo.
Su madre. A ver.
I'll start.
Okay, espera. Okay, so the first one, I'm not sure if it's because you're a gringo, but just because maybe you're Belgian, that you're more structure and order. That you are teaching me a lot of discipline. But additionally to it, you are also showing me and teaching me a lot about... I forgot the word.
Food?
No, I got it. Constancia?
Consciousness?
No, constant. When you are constantly doing something, persistent.
Persistent, consistent. Consistency.
Okay, so you have teach me, consistency. You have teach me the art. You have teach me the art of consistency plus or by or I don't know what to say. What's the other one?
Consistent, patience, I guess. Good
what are you trying to tell me?
Well,
consistency plus discipline. That's what I wanted to say.
All right.
Your turn.
My turn. I'm trying to find some examples.
You had time, eh? I got to improvise.
You're right.
That's why you say, you go first.
Let me tell you what happened. I didn't fucking think of that. I was just listening to you. And then you said, your turn. I said, fuck. All right, now I got to say something. Well, I would say, let me think. I immediately go to the dramatic factor in a fun way. Like, it's always exciting with someone with a temperament like you. Like, everything is always like, I like that. 'Cause I'm like that too.
You are.
I am. You know, like I am over the top, and I think we talk about that sometimes. Like, it's also part of my humor in certain videos or like on Instagram to depict myself a certain way, and then it's like, man, I wonder if people get my sense of humor because I'm also like that. But I think that's a big advantage about dating someone from like a Southern American culture. You're very passionate, you're very loving. That's what I like the most about it. Like, you're always touching, always like squeezing and like playing with something. Like, but that sounded weird. But I was thinking about playing with my hair. Right? Or, you know what I mean? So there's a lot of affection, a lot of warmth there. And that's something that I like a lot, the warmth, the corazón.
I understand.
Because in Belgium, I'm not saying, of course, there's also people in Belgium who are like that. But in general, I would say people from like my tribe are more, a little bit more cold and a little bit more, like, I would say, like, one of the complaints that I got from multiple like ex-girlfriends was like my sometimes, for example, like they call it, what's the word, like public displays of affection, TDA. Yeah. Like, that's too much TDA. I'm like, what does that mean? TDA, like public, you know, because I would like want to hold hands and stuff, and then I meet you and we're both like that. It's true.
It's true. It's true.
Was that a good enough reason, or did that sound weird as fuck?
No.
So that's what we got. We got two good ones. I think that's a good, solid segment. Or what do you think?
I want to add something else.
Let's add something.
I want to add the third one.
Uh-oh.
That is that because I feel that you are like a warrior and you have overcome a lot of things. There is a lot of respect from me to you. Like, I respect what you have done and I respect what you have gone through. And that's also something not from your country, but from you.
Baby, this was supposed to be like an educational video on the general people, and now
that's nice.
You're gonna make me cry.
No, but it was sweet. Okay. I think we are done.
Man, I'm speechless now when you say something like that. I mean, thank you. And you know how I feel about everything already towards you. So let's talk about aliens.
Okay.
Do you believe in aliens, baby? Because you know I'm like all in on it. Like, you know I'm fucking all in on the alien boat.
I do. And I stay... There was, like, I've been all my life, like, how can I say it? It was, when I was a kid, it wasn't really a topic of my interest. It wasn't, you know? And then after some times, it's like you come back and I listen and then, like, for example, when I watched the podcast of Joe Rogan with you, and just thinking that we are, it's crazy. Everybody says it. It's like it's the universe is like, we cannot think even how big it is.
But have they visited us already?
Yes. I was going to say something different. What do you mean visit us? Maybe they create us. That's what I was thinking. Visit us. Maybe they have created you, and maybe they have created all this synergy and symphony and all this linking that there is worldwide through human beings. You're looking at me like I'm crazy.
No, I'm in. I'm all the way on board. I'm listening. I feel like you're onto something. I've been trying to let my guests speak more because people have been complaining that I talk too much.
Really?
No, two guys said it. They're like, you gotta let your girl speak more.
Okay.
It's good for ratings. I'm like, it's my show. No, it's not. Listen, yes, I agree with that's always been a thing, you know, whether or not God is an alien. And I personally don't think so. Like, I believe more in the randomness of a bacteria turning into like a fish, turning into a human. So
I wasn't even talking serious.
You know that it's a good theory. You can stand by it. It's very plausible, actually. It would explain
It is possible. Yeah,
it is.
It is possible. No, I was thinking about it, but it's super.
You gotta stand on that shit. Stand on it.
Look at you.
Well, it is about 10:30.
Hey, you didn't finish.
I didn't finish what?
You didn't finish your theory.
Oh yeah, right. Okay. So no, I'm saying like we just came from like natural evolution by chance. That's what I think. And then apart from that, in a non-connected way, I'm sure that on other planets there have been civilizations of organisms, of living beings that probably have mastered the ability to travel through different galaxies and stuff like that. And it makes perfect sense. Like, why would we assume that we are the thirdest, that we are like the most evolved species in the entire cosmos? Why would that, how would that make sense? That we just happen to be the ones of the fucking 1,000 living species that are like, we're the
Exactly.
top. No, we're somewhere in the middle. Or somewhere at like, or somewhere at like,
Or not.
or we're like, if it's a top 10, we're like, you know, we're like number 9 in terms of like, if number 1 is the most evolved species. So that's just my thing. It doesn't make sense in terms of like randomness and chance. So yeah. And I also think there has been too many sightings, and recently very like serious people have come out. Like, you can tell they're not Looney Tunes. There's like a bunch of people, pilot, like jet fighter pilot, that have come out, like these super dry old school military guys, and they're just like, yeah, no, I saw this and this and this, and we talk about it, we know, but whatever. So I'm all the way on board. Yep.
I think they do, for sure. Well, for sure. I think they do.
I think so too. Well, glad I got to clarify my stance on aliens. I wonder if people want to, like, what people want to hear me talk about, and hear you talk about more. We should get, guys, if you're still listening at this point, it's clear that you like the content. So thank you for watching another 22 minutes of me and my Inca Queen. Comment below for questions or anything things that you want us to discuss. That would make our job a hell of a lot easier. That way, it would be cool if we can just like be re-topics.
Like this, you know? Yeah, also.
This is also good,
yeah,
of
it's
course.
Good. But no, you're right.
Like,
yeah, to get ideas of what can be like an interesting topic. Yeah, you're right.
Because we're just going to sprinkle our sauce of personality on there.
You're right.
So
you're right. We can always
us.
but we can always like choose, no?
Exactly, of course.
We don't have to.
So we are not going to be asking we're not going to be answering sexual questions. Unless you're a premium member, then. All right. That's it. We're done. Thank you so much for watching, guys. It is your boy at 10:30 on a cold night in Belgium. Check it out.
Thank you for watching. I'm curious.
Do you need help making better decisions in your life? Are you lacking self-confidence and motivation to get things done? Hire me today and get a direct daily line of communication with me through video chat and audio messages. I operate on a week-to-week basis, so no long-term investment is required. 7 straight days of Viking advice will get you right on track. Email me at lorenz.dries@gmail.com and change your reality. I'm ready whenever you are. See you soon.